All about. So let's go ahead, jump into the action here as we're going to be kicking things off. It is going to be Denial going up against Team Envy, and we're going to be kicking things off here with Fizzer, as he is going to be that player that I really want to take a look at, because I think for me, Fizzer, he's just going to be that dude that's really going to get in their heads.
Yeah, Fizzer, especially now, even though there's noise canceling headphones up there, he's still going to be that guy who kind of runs around and just annoys the opposition. There's nothing worse than getting killed by a guy who is just mean.
Oh yeah, it's
nothing worse.
It aggravates you, honestly. So let's go ahead, throw out this mini-map here, see what's going on. Two players are actually going to be making their way over to Fizzer here. He's going to find one, but Fizzer is going to get cleaned up, so it seems like Envy is going to be able to go and claim A, but the damage has been done. C and B in the hands of Denial right now, as they certainly are looking to start this one off strong right now with about a sizable lead here, about halfway. I would have to say, honestly, the thing about Denial that's so great, and one thing that I've always caught my interest, nice stuff there from Complex. Oh, actually, we only have one more left here for Denial. That was Fizzer John on the respawn. But something that I always like watching with them is, they get in your face so fast, and they don't hold back.
Well, the thing that was interesting about that, Envy normally at the beginning of the break on this map on Freight Dom, they love actually doing 3 people up the middle. They like to smoke and stun their obvious sides, and then they just like to tri-cap that mid-flag, and they normally get to an early lead, but that did not happen here as Denial was able to get it. But now we do see as, what is that, Denial is actually end up taking B, so Envy can't really get their feet in a groove at all.
Yeah, they can. I mean, just when you thought that they were going to be able to make something happen, so very early in the game, Gandhi, you have 6 points separating these two teams. But Flawless able to find one player. He's going to go there for the pickup, taking some shots. He's going to have to back up. B is going to be open, but Flawless, big kill there, finding another one. Can't quite do it as he gets cleaned up. Jumping back over to Denial's Fizzer. Let's see what he's going to do. Finding a player right in front of him, as a matter of fact. That did not turn out well for him. Let's actually see what's up. The new pickup of Denial, John, who, in case you guys don't know, at UMG Dallas, as a matter of fact, we had a Vanquish, which was actually, I believe it was John, Fizzer, and I'm trying to remember.
Dito and one other
I'm trying to remember the other player.
I think they were coached by Bezo, too.
Yeah, well, and Bezo's here as well. But,
so we don't know the 4th, but we know the coach.
Yeah, that's right. But the thing is
that
backwards. It's a similar team. They know how to work with one another.
Yep.
At the end of the day, that's what's most important here. So 45-26 as Denial looking very good, sizable lead as they're starting to build this one up. 20 points to be exact.
Well, look how awesome, just to point out at the positions of the map here for Denial. Denial's doing exactly what they need to do. They're always sending at least one guy to white, but notice how as soon as they have B, they're not just pushing into C, they're just waiting for the members of Envy to kind of push out to them, and they are up by a lot. And right now we're on board with Ray, and it looks like he's going to go for a flip.
Yeah. See, this actually could work out well for me. See, basically he's just trying to get eyes on that, right on that crosshair to see if anyone's going to be challenging, and not finding anyone just yet. Oh, he actually did identify that one player, so he's going to be there for the pickup. Now it seems like Envy making their way over to B, and they are hoping to get that, but Denial again answering back. Envy just can't seem to get a hold of B no matter what they do. It just does not seem to be working out.
Well, the most frustrating thing for them right now is I'm seeing Complex and both actually ending up going bottom, underneath, and going into white, and it's catching Envy off guard because normally that route's only used when you're trying to flip and go to A. They're not used to people just going underground for no reason. Yeah,
that's right. I mean, and that's the other thing too, you got to do something a little bit different here at UMG. Catch them off guard, you show them all you can online,
that's what you gotta do.
When you're here, it's time to bust out the new strats,
This is the bigs.
Yeah, right. Try something new here. So Envy struggling, can't quite get their, can't quite get their feet in the ground here.
Yeah, they really can't.
Looking at Merc right now, he's not going to find anyone, although there are a couple players around his general vicinity. We are going to see Merc continuing to push up here. They want to try and get B, but you could just see Denial just all around that. As soon as someone pushes on B, there's going to be someone there for the answer back. But Merc might be able to read that one, able to do so. He is going to have 2 teammates there for the pickup. If they get B, that's going to be huge. A has been neutralized, though, and that is going to hurt them more than them actually, getting, than them flipping it and getting B, because now they're just earning 1 point, right? And honestly, it's still going to go in the favor of Denial no matter what. This is
really, really scary if you're an Envy fan looking into this, because they're going to be going into the second side down by a little bit more than 40.
Yeah.
And that's not what you're looking to see.
No, not at all. Not at all.
7 or 8 is cool, but 40.
Yeah, 7 and 8, cool. 40? Nah.
I'd like to pass, please.
That's not good. Well, they have been able to get A, though. Bear that in mind. There's going to be 2 players trying to work their way over by B. Denial. They do have eyes. 1 player left alive. It's going to be Merc. Finding someone up top. B was contested, and now it is being captured, and that is pretty much going to do it. A 40-point lead for Denial going into the half.
That is huge. And now, what the bigger part about that is, Denial now doesn't have to worry about hopping on B.
Yeah.
At the beginning of this, they are just going to wait for Envy to make mistakes. Now, if you do see them get B, it's either because A, they get an early pick and they win their gunfights, or B, they just see an opportunity and Envy may go for a flip. Sometimes we do see that people go from right off the beginning from C to A. It's a very, very ballsy play, but it may happen because they have to do something.
Yeah, that's right.
Down by 40.
That's right, and some standout performances here. Most importantly from Fizzerp, he went 15 and 9. Just a great run for him. On the other side, Rambo struggled a little bit at 7 and 14.
Yep.
Was trying to get in the objective as much as he possibly could there.
That's what he does.
But again, when you're slaying them out, Denial, they read that lovely. So let's see here if the next round's going to be starting here. So it seems like it is. But yeah, I mean, going into the half, Envy down by 40. Is this a feasible victory for them, guys?
It is. I mean, they just got to hold a 2 flag for at least a decent portion of the game, and so that's their first battle they got to worry about. But the other thing is Denial. As long as they play to their strength, which is a 40-point lead here, they aren't going to give up an easy pick, and that's going to be the problem for Envy. Envy really has to rely on a lot of individual skill here, as well as just utilizing their smokes and their stuns effectively.
Yeah, that's right. That's
the scariest part, because when you're coming from C, I mean, you either push barn or you push mid alley, and those stuns and those smokes sometimes get a little bit tricky.
Yeah, they do. I mean, and especially with the way that they use it, the way that Denial, they're just, and again, it's those annoying things that Denial does.
So
just gets in your head.
Sometimes.
People really, really don't like 2 smokes. They're not fans of it at all.
They absolutely hate it.
Oh man! All right, so we are waiting for this one to begin. Seems like one of the Envy guys haven't joined yet. Proofy having a bit of a late join here.
A little bit of last minute.
He did it. Let's go ahead. Give him love.
We're gonna jump on board with Envy right off the break. I'm actually very curious to see how they break out on this one.
Yeah, well, they're actually working on the accent 3 by B. So let's go ahead and never mind. It seems like everyone kind of just died right at the wrong time. All right.
So that is exactly what Envy normally does on the opposite side. That's the tri-cap I was talking about.
Yeah.
They love to just push it right off the beginning because they feel like sometimes teams try to get position over dating B, but that did not work out.
No, it didn't. And I think, again, it comes down to this team, Denial, most importantly, reading them, knowing that they were going to do that, especially knowing that they were down by 40 and how important B is going to be in this particular round, because they just could not seem to control it in that first round.
Yeah.
B was just, it was not theirs. It never was theirs. They never had control of it.
Yeah, and I'm wondering when Envy's actually going to call the audible here. Proofy's actually ended up losing C. They got C neutralized here as Merc's going to end up picking up this flag, and he has no guys around him here. He does have one guy who's going to be pushing, and he's going to be taken out, and this is going to be neutral again. So now Envy can't get even a home flag as Denial is just putting the pressure on them.
Well, you know what? Actually, that player that was hanging out there, he let them have it. He let them have that home flag, but they have that map control. I mean, if we blow it up, look at this here. They have just eyes all over this. They see exactly where they're going to be going. They have that mid completely in their control. Honestly, Denial, they're on the money here.
Merc rotating bottom right, and this is actually a spot where I'd like to see Merc just push all the way through and just try to either neutral or just go right in front of Beer and just try to bait them as much as possible. But he's going for the neutral. I'm a big fan of the play, and he really has. They got 3 minutes, man.
Yeah, that's right. He ends up getting picked off. There's going to be one person of Envy left there. Goonjar will be actually pushing up on the mid. They end up losing C, while I believe on the other side here, Merc is going to be in a gunfight actually by C. They lose that one, and now we see the flip, right? But again, look at the score. I mean, it speaks for itself. We're talking a sizable lead here in the favor of Denial. It's unquestionable. They're running away with this one, and Envy just can't quite seem to get the shots together to be able to rally a comeback.
Oh my God! Even with this lead, Denial is still going to send John all the way back to the Envy flag to neutralize it. He's actually may go for the cap as he's going to be taken out here, but this is such a nuisance for Envy. Envy is in such the objective dilemma. They go, oh, well, we can get B, but oh man, we're losing C.
Yeah.
That's the worst deal.
It's a very aggravating feeling,
it's
too,
so
because
bad.
You think to yourself, yeah, we did it. We pushed out. We're there. We're good. And you're like, wait a minute. The reason why that happened is because one guy actually went for a full flank. So that kind of sucks. But
yeah, it sucks a little bit.
Yeah, just a bit. So Flawless here, 9-3, having a great performance. John on the other side, 9-5. But Fruity for Envy really trying to rally the troops together. But again, Rambo struggling on domination, 1-9. Did not have a great performance in that last one, and he's struggling in this one as well. You know, most importantly, you got to get the kills together. That is, first and foremost, it's Call of Duty 101, and just not really happening for Rambo there.
Yeah, you got a lot of these players who end up, especially amateur players, who end up getting in this mindset of, oh, well, it's an objective game, so we really don't have to kill in order to win, and it's... Yeah,
really
I get it. It's
Blitz.
Subjective, but it only works
really
for Blitz.
only
For
works for
domination,
Blitz.
you actually have to kill.
Yeah, that only works for Blitz, where you can allow someone to pass by you and be like, oh yeah, I don't need to get that guy, you know, I'm good. But Rambo finally starting to pick things up, getting his first kill there. He's now 2-10. Hopefully he's going to be able to make this cap happen, which they do. But with 1 minute left on the clock and the lead as wide as it is for Denial, they got this in the bag. That is it. GG. Denial takes game 1.
And you know, one thing I got to ask you about, Alex, and I have my own personal belief, but Envy, this is their first match of the tournament, and on the other side, we have Denial, who's been playing all weekend long, and they just came off of a big matchup versus a team that you personally invited to this event in Revenge. Do you think that has much to contribute to how dominant they came out here? I mean, they're about to win by like 80 points.
I think it has a lot to do with it, you know.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like Envy waiting to play this matchup definitely wasn't you know, the best thing for them. But and the other thing too to bear in mind is that they just couldn't get B. It never really happened for them. And now with the last 10 seconds left on the clock here, that is pretty much going to wrap things up as Envy can't quite do it. Denial taking game 1 very, very convincingly.
Wow. So that was a 40-point lead on the first half, and then God, that is.
And that was a 52-point lead. So a 92-point lead overall. Overall.
I don't know what to do with my hands, Alex.
I don't know what, I mean, honestly, I think I'm just going to put them up. I'm just going to go like this. I don't know what to do with my hands right now. This is where my hands are.
I was expecting Envy to be really, really dominant.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, it's a best of 5 for a reason.
Yep.
It's the first of 3 wins, we'll take it and advance in the championship bracket, but this is Envy.
That's right. And Envy, you know, there you could see them on the screen, not, you know, not feeling too happy. But one player that I'm going to look at here to really keep them focused is going to be Merc. You know, I say it all the time. I'm of the belief that you need that glue on the team. I credit TP with that all the time. I say Ricky is going to be that for Optic Gaming. You know, I think you need that glue. I think Merc has always been that guy for me that is the glue for that team. And he just needs to keep them motivated, period, you know?
You know, it almost makes me beg the question when I was looking at that overhead cam. They don't use a coach.
No, they don't. They don't.
You know, and I think that some of their success they had, looking back at Black Ops 2, was when they actually acquired Mud Dog.
Yeah.
Remember they had that like weird stint where they were like top 12, top 16, and they picked up Mud Dog, and it was like top 5, top 4.
No, you're very right about that. I mean, I think, you know, it's funny because a while ago, I mean, because I've been playing competitive Call of Duty for years now.
Yeah.
For a very long time.
Like 42 now.
Coaches just weren't a factor back then. And then you had to have this guy named Matt Morello come along and change the game up. I got to give him. And then
it was me.
Well, maybe it was. I don't actually. No, it wasn't.
It was Matt. You know what's funny?
But that's what I'm saying. It really changes the momentum. It changes how the players act.
Yeah, and the funny thing about that was I was talking to Matt, and Ray was coaching his girlfriend's team, Team Royal, and he was like, "I started off 0-1. Do you know what this is like, guys?" And then Matt was like, "No, actually, I always have dominated."
Oh my God. Well, yeah. Well, then again, his, you know, it's like you gotta keep it down. Just mess.
It's the hair too. You gotta like compress them down like this.
Anyway, guys, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, game number 2 will be coming up next. Search and Destroy. Don't want to go anywhere. I'm Golden Boy. This is Gandhi. We'll be right back.